up, guys? So obviously I'm not in my same place, and I'm gonna try to do some stuff with you today. Let me see what I can do here. I'm trying to figure this out on the go, so let's see if I can even do a screen share with you. What's up with you guys? I know it's been... Let's get this show on the road. Everyone likes that I said YOLO. Alright, so what do you guys want to talk about? Whatever you want to talk about, I'm going to do today. Like I said, I'm going to try to figure out this screen share option, but I don't know if I can do that because I don't really know how to do this stuff. And I have this, maybe I can move it now. Oh, okay, maybe, let me try something. Move this here. I think you can see my screen now. Beaker, I am not talking about taxes. And by the way, guys, if this stream drops, I apologize. This is as good as it's going to get. And let me know if you can hear me. I can turn the volume up a little bit if I need to. Let's talk shorting. We can talk shorting. All right, there. See, can you see my screen? I believe you can. Okay. Mo, for a day trade, do you usually wait for the third engulfing candle? I don't necessarily wait for the third engulfing candle, but I like to start trading after 10 in the morning. So I guess I do wait for the third one, but it's not imperative that you actually wait for the third one. I had $1,000 waiting and missed the day that Baba went to 153 for a moment. Listen, if you're in this thing for the long haul, then whether you get it at 153 or 173, you shouldn't really care, because in my mind, you think that the stock is worth, maybe if you think the stock, like me, is worth $500 to $700 a share, why do you care if you missed out on $20 a share? What's the big deal? There's a lot more upside going on. Do you think making 1% from day trading is feasible? Joel, absolutely. I used to do it. I did it for multiple years in a row where I would make 1% per day and be in and out. Caesar does it every day. Yeah, a lot of people can do it. It takes a lot of discipline to not jump in some of the pennies that run up, still working on it. Rock, you can get into a lot of the pennies. It's just do you want to be in stocks that are that volatile? I personally don't think so. So next, let's talk shorting. Whatever you want to talk shorting, drop. Let's see. If I can't do two stochastics on TradingView, what's the best option for daily or weekly? Well, you just need to set up your chart correctly, because you can always do two stochastics on TradingView. I'm busy with day trading, but I'll listen to you in the background. Thank you, Andrea. All right. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? First of all, I could turn up my sound if I have to. The last time I streamed on my laptop was April 8th. That's the last time I did that. Because I had to change the date on here. I lost $1,000 because of eToro's stupid conversion rate that screwed me. I don't necessarily think it's eToro's conversion rate, but why do you trade shares instead of options? I do both. I trade the hell out of options. Options are, at this point, aside from stocks appreciating in price, options have become my biggest source of income. I trade a lot of options. Can you go over swing trading short? Sure. Let me pull this up. All right. So here's a daily chart with the daily stochastic. So let me try to find a stock where we could have gotten a good swing trade. You know what I think was a good swing trade, actually short, was Caterpillar at some point recently. Let me see. This thing is running pretty damn slow. So, okay, here we go. Here's a good short on Caterpillar. So, where's my pen? Oh, hold on a second. Get my pen. Doing this on a trackpad is not ideal. All right, so here's yellow. I'll try to do this as best I can for you guys. So really, when you're looking at a swing trade going short, It's the same thing as going long. If I took a screenshot of this screen right here and flipped it upside down, you would be able to go long on it. The candles would just be a different color. So thing you're looking for, coming down through the sweet spot very nicely. Let me increase this a little bit for you so you can actually see it. Where's my thing? Let's go here, move that up. Let's move this stochastic up. How many people are watching right now? Somebody tell me. All right, there you go. So downtrend, and exactly what you're looking for. Increase in volume, like we always talk about, and getting engulfing candlesticks, like we always talk about. Take profits going into 100-day moving average, same thing. Add on your next engulfing candlestick down. So it's exactly the same thing, just going in the opposite direction. So I hope that makes sense to whoever watched that question. Let's see here. Sounds a bit quiet. Sure, let me turn it up a little bit. You tell me when. Let me switch it to be a little bit better. Wait, yeah, that should be a little bit better. Tell me how that sounds, and I can always turn it up. Let's see here, 3640, good. Mo, can you, and guys, keep me posted on the sound. I'm using my AirPods. I'm trying this for the first time. So, Mo, before selling puts for premium profit, what would be your ideal number of dollars in your portfolio? Andreas, I mean, yeah. Oh, louder, but the sound quality is worse. Okay, hold on. Let me know how that is, and if not, I'll just go back to the computer. Um, oh, dollar-wise, yeah. I mean, of course, it would be ideal to have hundreds of millions of dollars, but realistically, um, the most ideal situation is be able to have 100 shares of something. So definitely 100 shares. Okay, good. Sounds good. 100 shares of something, that's going to give you the best, because you have to have 100 share lots of options in the majority of cases, unless you find some workaround. But exactly, a couple of billions is good enough, like Cash said. So it's variable. Anything you can get 100 shares in, that would be great. Mo, how do we develop chart wizard skills after setting up TradingView? Did you find any useful books? Talk to people other? Nope. Dylan, I created this. I shouldn't say I created it. I solidified it from somebody that I learned from. There are no good books out there, at least that I've never come across. I've looked at all of them that I could find that have been recommended. They all suck. So personally, I think you should just get your TradingView set up, then go and watch all of the Trading 101 series and watch all the videos that I've done. If you want to be a good trader, just do exactly what I've taught, and there you go. I mean, you'll be able to do it. The proof is in the pudding. We have over 800 people in the BitNast Nation, and so many of them are good, and so many have never had an idea of what to do. Geo is really good now, in my opinion. Let's look at Geo, the prison system, private prisons, dividend trap. Let's see what they're doing. They got smoked. What was it, 6-8 months ago? Let's see here. Let me pull up a. Wait, what do you want to do here? Good engulfing candle tomorrow. I think we're good. So let's pull up let's pull up both. Where did they get burned? That was back in here. So they filled that gap, and it's interesting, guys. Look at this. So they filled that big gap here. This was the dividend trap, and then they created a gap here up, make that bid run, and then of course they closed the gap right here too. So engulfing candlestick tomorrow. So the big thing is you're struggling fighting this 200-day moving average. You're just pulling right back down. So why don't we zoom in here? I just want to see the 1 month, see what we got. So to me, you said engulfing candlestick tomorrow. The one thing I don't like about this, look where your stochastic is going. It's just basically going sideways through the sweet spot. I want a little bit of direction here. I want it pointing up a little bit, and that point up will give me the what I need to break through that resistance point of $8 a share. So, or maybe a little over $8. That's what I would be saying. All right, let me try to get to some more questions here. What up all? Yeah, hey guys. Do you wait 3 engulfing candlesticks with a stochastic in the sweet spot for a swing trade, or is that just long? Nope, I typically wait swing. So good question actually. When it comes to swings, ideally I would like to see 3, but I will do 2 on a swing trade just because it's much shorter term. Like let me show you here. This is a good example. Let me zoom in on this right there. So if I would have waited 3 candles here, I would have gotten nothing. So this was a little bit of something. This was a nice engulfing candlestick during the day. You could add to this. Even you can add to this one. So it's not, I shouldn't say it's the same. Go ahead and add to this. So add to engulfing candlesticks, but remember, you're taking profits a lot quicker on this chart. So take advantage of those big candlesticks if you see them. Can we look at Kroger? Why not? I looked at this and the other day for my friend Nick, and it was incredibly overbought. And yeah, this is what I was seeing. So if we just zoom out, let's look 6 months. It's had an incredible run. Let's go to 3 just to shorten it up. And it's just hitting that all-time high resistance point and bouncing right back down. So technically right now, this is just a snapback. This is not a reason to get out of the stock yet. Your stochastic is still looking pretty good over here. You are getting declining volume though. That's the main concern. But if you can get an engulfing candlestick tomorrow or something, you'll do well. I think you'll be able to break out over these all-time highs. The problem is, look at your volume. Breaking out to all-time highs means you need a lot of volume, and you don't have that. So not a big fan of that one right now. And if you're in it, I would suggest that you take some profits off the table and go from there. An engulfing candlestick does a wick on the bottom make a difference? Yeah, so when I like to see an engulfing candlestick rock, I like to see one that looks like that, like a nice engulfing candlestick, barely any wicks. That, no engulfing a big engulfing candlestick, no wicks. There, there. But these ones that like go up, let me see if I can draw it. Go like this and have like a long wick like that, or ones that have a candle and they look like that. Not a fan of those. Like we got one of those on Caterpillar yesterday. Typically that means light volume and there's not a consensus. So that's a good example. Let me show you Caterpillar yesterday. I actually wanted to play Caterpillar on a swing, but what it was doing was, get rid of this. I need a mouse is what I need. All right. You see you had candlesticks up on the top side and bottom. So what I was hoping for was an engulfing candle and add to this thing and run it up there, but we didn't get that. So it is in your favor to have candles without wicks on them. For a day trade, do we need to have good high volume or just consistent? Just consistent. Just consistent. Hey, Marion. For AbbVie, what's your ideal place to be in? So my ideal place to be in on AbbVie, let's see what we got here. So yesterday actually had a pretty good day, but yeah, if we get engulfed and take out yesterday's high right there, I have no problem getting in on this with a very small position, just because we're in this overbought area. What the hell is going on with this AbbVie? So AbbVie is finally breaking out, but as you can see over the past, like it was consolidating right in this area. That's all it was doing, and finally we're getting this breakout. So hopefully we can get a good breakout engulfment, add to it. The problem I have here is I don't like where the stochastic is. That's my problem with adding, because you're just in a high risk area of the stock price pulling back on you. Am I still in Cardinal, or what is this, Camping World? Yeah, I'm still in it. Like I said, that still look at it, guys. The bid and ask difference is still 12 cents. I mean, this is manipulation at its finest, and I like where this daily chart is going. I haven't exited, and this basically just comes down to experience of understanding like what is going on here. Look at this bid and ask difference; it just keeps creeping up, and I know all of this was just bullshit manipulation, to be frank. So right now we're getting a nice trend on this thing. If we can just break out above this 100-day moving average, I think everything will be fine. Baba is a longer play for me, but presumably many others. Can you talk to us about what the chart looks like lately? I can. It's going to be very useless for all of us though, because it hit its resistance point of 155 and it's bounced. So let's just zoom out to all. Let's get this. So it hit its resistance point back here of 150, and it's bounced off of it. So it finally hit a resistance point that it could hold at, and it did that. So I can't really say anything right now. Let's look at the 1 month just to see where the overall trend is going. And it's just on the side, on the base. I don't think we're going to do anything. I don't think we're going to get this thing moving. I mean, look at the volume. It's the selling volume was increasing, then people started buying, and then now it's doing nothing. So, all right. With Walgreens, I came late to the party. Do you think it's still a good long-term play? So I don't know if you're talking about a value play or a charting play, but I do think it's a pretty good long-term play. Hold on, my accountant just texted me. Okay, hold on a second. When the accountants call, you got to answer. All right. Do you believe it's okay? So Walgreens still on my watch list, but it's just facing very heavy resistance with the 200-day moving average, and then it's gonna have to go through the 100. So this thing you're just gonna have to let it turn up. You just got to be patient with this one. Even on a daily chart, the trend is turning down. All right. Can you and Paul do a stream for the top tier where you do some due diligence on a company? Tell us what you like. Um, yeah, we probably can. I mean, I know we can. If you go back to, hmm, maybe some guys that have been here for a long time can help me out. We did I think, you know what, I think it was the first private Thursday Patreon only live stream. We did due diligence on Intel and we went through the 10K. So maybe go and look for the first ever Thursday live stream. And Paul and I did go through Intel on the 10K. Best thing I've done on vacation so far? Probably just lay by the pool. Not a big. We're on the beach. I'm not a big beach goer. I don't like getting dirty. I have a little bit of I definitely have like OCD. There's no doubt about that. But I also do not like being dirty, so that probably rolls into that. I don't like sand. Ugh, gross. All right, why manipulation? My parents actually live on the beach in Florida, and I've never gone on the beach because I don't want to get sandy. Why manipulation? Um, Hardy, there's a video I posted. I'll say it again for you, but there's a video I posted maybe last week about the manipulation going on here. So let's see here. I'm gonna draw. Okay, here. I'm gonna try to zoom out here. I just want a black screen to draw on. All right. Zoom out here. All right. I'm gonna draw right in here. Okay. No, I'll draw right in here because that looks really big for you guys. All right. So the bid and ask difference. The most important thing about the bid and ask difference, what the bid is, this is what me and you want to pay for the stock. What the ask is what the market maker or specialist wants you to pay for the stock. They're the ones setting that. So here's what will happen. You have the market maker, and they are asking right now, I'm going to make this easy numbers for myself, $39.50. So we're going to put $39.50. All right, so that's what they want you to pay for it. But they know, and you know, and we're going to say 39.20. No, we'll say 39.30 is what you, me, and everybody else wants to pay for that stock. So the difference between the bid and ask right here is 20 cents. They're trying to get more than the stock is worth right now, according to the market. Me and you set the price. So me and you think we should pay $39.30. He's trying to squeeze out $39.50. When there's that bid and ask difference, that means that there's some manipulation going on there because he knows that the stock is worth $39.30 at that moment. So you and me go in and we pay the ask price. We pay $39.50. That's when you always say, I bought the stock at, every time I buy a stock, it falls in price. That's because you're the sucker at the table. You're not looking, these people don't look at the bid and ask difference. They go and pay $39.50. As soon as he gets $39.50 for the stock, he goes, well, I did my job. Now I'm going to drop the price of the stock and make the ask $39.30. These people that were paying $39.30, that now that of course they don't want to pay $39.30 anymore. Now they want to pay $39.10. So you're the sucker up here who paid $39.50. The stock is now worth $39.30, and everybody else wants to pay $39.10. So when you see a bid and ask difference that's not 1 cent, that means that 1 cent means there's consensus between the buyer and the seller. Market maker, he wants you to pay $39.50 for it. The market wants to pay $39.49, basically $39.50. Everybody's in consent. Everybody's happy. When you start having manipulation, like 20-cent differences right here, that's when stocks start pulling back on you. And that entire run, all down here, and even continuing now, the bid and ask difference, I have not seen a bid and ask difference of 1 cent consistently on the stock for a very long time. And you guys, others can confirm that. So that's the importance of the bid and ask difference. BBY popped on earnings. I think it has more swings, more rooms for swings. Let's see. Everything always has room for swing trades, guys. You can do it all the time. Let's try to load this. Uh-oh, internet's getting slow. There we go. All right, let's see. A lot. Okay, let's see. Thoughts on Splunk? I have no idea what that is. Let me zoom in here on BBY. All right. So you got that pop on there. Now it's pulling back on you. I would expect this stochastic to turn down on you, similar to what it did in here. So just be careful with that one. Can you explain the market maker for a noob? Is there an actual guy who sits there? So back in the day, there used to be a guy. Now it's all computer algorithms. But in the, let me try to think about this. In the NASDAQ, so there's a difference between a market maker and a market specialist. I think I might be getting this wrong. In the NASDAQ, I believe it's a market maker. And there's one market maker. So there's one computer or one guy or whatever that sets the price of the bid and ask, or I should say the ask. In the S&P, I think it's a market specialist, and there's multiples of those. So that's what it is. But what is there an actual guy who sits there and decides the price? And what is the purpose of them doing that? The purpose of them is to make money. Because take options trading, for example. It's between a buyer and a seller. You're always the buyer. Somebody's buying, somebody's selling, and you're always trying to make more money than the other person. So it's basically a game. For swing trades, do you look at the weekly stochastic or just the daily? Only the daily. For swing trading, you say it's 1 to 5 days. Does this mean the 5th day is Friday? No, Trisha, that's a good question. I generalize that phrase. You can have a swing trade that lasts 2 weeks, but my point of saying that is a swing trade is not going to last you multiple months or multiple weeks on end or something like that. You're not going to have 3-4 weeks of a swing trade. So when I say 1 to 5 days, I'm just trying to emphasize that it's a shorter time frame. You can have a 10-day swing trade, no problem, but odds are you won't. I know you probably doesn't apply to you or call, but on average, how much cash on hand would you recommend retail investors have? Oh, I don't know, 5 to 10%. Can you explain shares outstanding? The Pillars doesn't seem to have all the data for it. What do you mean? Shares outstanding? I don't understand your question. Can you please rephrase that? The Pillars doesn't seem to have all the data for it. I don't understand what you're saying. Ask me some more questions, guys. Ask me some more questions. And it's been great to see the growth in the bid and ask. It's really incredible. And I think people like those little videos that are going out every morning. Let's see here. So, but I don't know if this answers your question or not, Hunter, but shares outstanding is how many shares the company has to offer. Hey, I wonder if you can explain this for me. I have a stock that is in the 18s. I have a sell limit on 20. I got a notification that someone bought 9 shares at 20.15 last week. When I checked the stock, it never crossed 19. What's the name of the stock? Would you consider a dividend when going long on a stock? Nah, not from a trading perspective. It's nice, but not from a trading perspective. And I'm very big into the idea. I know people love dividends. I know cash flow, etc. But when it comes to dividends, of course, I love dividends. I love getting paid. But at the same point, I'm never going to buy a stock for the dividend. If I find a good stock with a dividend, absolutely. But I'm never going to buy a stock for a dividend because to me, that's like buying an ice cream sundae just to get the cherry on top. So I wouldn't pick a bad stock just to have a great dividend. like AT&T, for example, they pay an amazing dividend. I'm not just going to go buy shares of AT&T. It's just not going to happen until they do a bunch of um, share buybacks and improve everything that they have screwed up over the past decade. So even though they pay that great dividend, no thanks. Can you look at flowers? It's doing weird today after earnings. Yeah, something like this. Let this thing settle down. It's gone up, it's gone down, um, and right now it's flying up. So if you want to do a day trade on this in a 15-minute chart, go for it. But for swing traders, for example, if you enter on a Wednesday and still have a trend on a Friday, have good volume. Do I sell it at the end of the week? Trisha, good question. Nope, just stay in it. Stay in it. Say hi to Nicole for me. I'll do that, Beaker. She says hi. I have your suck at Beaker thing on my computer, and I opened it up at the kitchen table because I was preparing for the show, and there were little kids there, and everyone was getting all freaked out that it said suck it, and I was like, well, they got to learn sometime, right? Don't shelter your children, or else they'll end up doing crack cocaine. Best strategy for small account or moderate account when swing trading, do it well. Still new and learning for long-term trades. Do you buy on the day that you get a third engulfing candlestick, or the day after? You buy at the moment of the third engulfing candlestick. So if you see an engulfing candlestick on day 3, go ahead and add to it. Any plans for EM to do more content explaining options trading? Yes. I'm in Micron. Do you think I could stay in it for a bit? Let's see here. MU. Dun, 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 dun. I type in a company on the 8 pillars in the shares. Outstanding area. It says not enough data. Well, you're looking at companies that are too new then, because you have to have 5 years of data. Micron, what did you say? I'm in it for a swing. So the thing that concerns me on Micron is you're getting this incredibly low volume here, and your stochastic is just starting to teeter over right there. And that's because you're running into the 25 and 50-day moving average. So you're going to have a little bit of a rough go here. Maybe reduce your position and wait until you get a real engulfing candlestick. Mo bullies children confirmed. I try to toughen them up because everybody tries to just shelter them. They're not going to break. They're going to be okay. A quick example of having a small, for instance, yesterday we were watching these kids. I was sitting at the top on the roof and I was watching these children. There's 3 boys, probably 10, outside playing baseball. And Nicole was like, well, where's their parents? They're next to a pool without a thing. I'm like, the kids are not like, they're not gonna fall in and die. There's 3 kids out there. You don't need, and if one falls in, then one falls in. It's not like he's gonna drown. I just saw them swimming all day. They're playing baseball. Leave the kids alone. Nobody wants to baby these kids. It's not like they're I don't know. I don't know. I'm planning on becoming a dad? No, because I'm not dealing with shit like this. That's when, um, that's specific to the stock you're looking at. Thank you, Mason. Uh, yeah, when you're looking at those kind of stocks, you're not going to have shares outstanding. I mean, there's not enough data. You need 5 years of data to do the 8 pillars. So you can, of course, go to like Yahoo and see what the shares outstanding are. It's just the way that our software is. You need 5 years of data because we want you guys looking at good companies. Hello, Susie. What do you guys want to talk about? I've been here for 27 minutes. I'll stay as long as you want. I got nothing to do today. I got nothing to do every day. I entered OLO for a short-term swing. It has 3 good engulfing candles. And that's gone. Hold on. Joel. Paul did not lose his virginity at 38. He's just joking. I entered OLO for a short-term swing. It has 3 good engulfing candles and good volume. Do you think it will continue upward? Why don't we take a look? I love when Paul says that with a straight face. It's so funny. OLO. It's so easy to say things on camera when you're not face to face with somebody, um, straight faced. All right, so what do we got here? I just want to see. Okay, so this is a relatively very low volume stock. So whoever asked me this question, Enrique, yeah, man, if I'm you, I'm taking profits on this thing. I'm exiting my position. This is you caught a good run. Um, be happy and move on. For long-term swing trade, just assuming the trends are already in the sweet spot around 50. However, the red trend crosses under yellow. Um, Wait, for long-term and swing trade, assuming the trends are already in the sweet spot around 50, the red trend crosses under yellow. Do we sell or keep as the trends are in the sweet spot? Don't really understand your question. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't understand your question. Plus, parents are having a little time away from their kids is healthy too. Yeah, I agree. Oh my God. They're just like all over these kids. I'm like, these poor kids. Just let them be free. They just they're not they're not yeah, I don't know. Okay. Best meal I've eaten? Probably my McDonald's that I went for yesterday because I was dying. Funniest moment. Funniest moment. It's probably like so hold on a second. So her aunt has like the coronavirus and she had it. She's so dramatic. Oh my God, it's so funny. So probably that. All right, so dramatic. You would think that the poor lady is like it's the end of the world. She's like hobbling around, and I'm just like, wait a second. I didn't think that I didn't think you needed a limp from having COVID. I think you mean oh sweet spot reversal. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, exit the position. Exit the position. What do I think of AMKR? AMKR. Never mind, I closed it. AMKR. Best Mason. Yeah, there was one day I was just like I can't anymore. I need to go to like get some food. I don't even at that point I don't eat McDonald's very often, but I didn't even care what it was at that point. I just needed some calories because I was withering away. All right, here we go. AMKR. What was the question about this? I can't remember. It's fun to just hang out and like talk with you guys. I've missed the morning show, that's for sure. AMKR swing trade long. Yeah, this looks great. If you guys want to, so the only concern I have is you're getting a little bit of lighter volume here. If you can, I love the trend, absolutely love the trend. I would implore you to make an engulfing candlestick out of over 2673 and then go ahead and add to it. I would want to see I would want to see that happen before I got into it. Okay. Mason's comment was phenomenal. Are you staying in an Airbnb? It's something. There's tons of rental properties around here, so it's some kind of rental house, some like 10-bedroom house. I don't know, something like that. All right, all righty. I'm from Australia and obviously can't day trade. Would you say there's a difference between trading in the first and the last 2 hours of the day? Um, no. Every day is different. Every stock is different. You can certainly, I know people that trade literally the whole market day from 9:30 to 4 all day, and they make money consistently throughout the whole day. I wouldn't say that it's harder or not harder in the first. I just like the morning because you can get it over with. I wanted to make my 1% per day. I was done by 11 a.m. every day. Next, ask me more questions if you would like. I love this is what I love. I love my father. So he tells me that I'm not a good investor, even though I think my track record is proven for itself. I beat the market many, many times over my life, and he will send me articles. He'll get on me about value investing and how it doesn't work anymore, and Warren Buffett doesn't get it, but he'll always send me articles about Warren Buffett. and whatnot. So it's funny how that works. I know keep messaging, but bored at work. Should I cut my losses on AVPT, formerly average holding since October 8? What is it? AVPT. Let's take a gander. AVPT. My dad just texted me. If you invest in Apple, Bank of America, Amex, and Coke, we will be set for life. Okay, cool. All right, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. AVPT. Well, I don't know. What did you say? You got into this in October? Oh my God, man. This is a new stock. I don't know what to tell you, Rock. If you don't believe in it anymore, just exit the position. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do you think playing VXX is cheaper way that to play against SPY? Is VXX the inverse? Um, is it just like an inverse short term? Tell me what this is, Andreas. What stocks have you traded lately? I haven't traded anything recent, like as of late. Uh, I've just been focusing on value investing and um, options. That's where I make my bread and butter. If Kathy Wood is so wrong and silly, why isn't this opinion more popular? Put it another way, why is she on CNBC all the time? Listen, people that talk about in markets, people that talk it's interesting. When you talk about the media, and I'm just going to use politics for example, negative stories always everybody loves the negative story, you know? Everybody wants those are the stories that sell is negativity. But when it comes to markets, negativity is not cheerled upon. I don't know how to say it. But everybody because that's a very unpopular opinion. To say that there's doom and gloom in the markets, it's just this lady has done very well over the past few years. Not this year, but last year she made like 150%. Um, But Dylan, that's what happens. If you look back at history, you always have the people that are cheerleading markets. They're always going to be on TV because it makes you feel good. It makes people want to buy more, buy more, buy more, keep this thing going. Don't forget about what CNBC is. CNBC is nothing other than advertising. Their goal is to tell you what you want to hear and sell you products at confiscatory rates that make them money. Them pitching a stock to you, there's times where they're paid by companies like Ford to put it up to drive Ford. Ford will pay for that. Ford pays for the commercials. So it's not all about. Don't think that these people are experts. If you think for a damn second, this woman in the morning, I don't even know what her name is some kind of stock market wizard. Well, she's not. And also, Andrew Ross Sorkin, he's a freaking author, and he's a journalist, TV anchor. He is not an expert. Stuart Varney, he's a host. Charles Payne, he's a host. You look at these people, they're hosts of shows, they're journalists. They're not experts in any way. They're a quote unquote pretty face. I don't think that many of them are pretty face for the camera. And that's all they are. That's literally all they are. They're salespeople. So don't think that those people are experts. Can you tell us about one of your home run trades and one that crapped out the bed? Neil, okay, I can tell you about one trade. So there was one time. This is my biggest trade of my life. I've never said it on the show, but since it's private, well, what the hell. Um, there was one time back in 2014, I woke up one morning and I saw that Lumber Liquidators was making a run, and at that time, I loved Lumber Liquidators. This was before all that Chinese formaldehyde came out, and the stock price, I just saw it going on a 15-minute chart. So I grabbed a ton of shares, wrote it up. I made I don't know, let me think here, to 4, and that went up 25% in a day on a day trade. and then it pulled right back down, and that pulled back down pretty hard, but that was a big time home run. I mean, I crushed it that day. I paid for my entire year of income at that point. Actually, I made more in that day than I did the whole year in income. But and then the worst trade I've ever had was LABU. I've said this many times. I was day trading 2015, didn't put a stop in place, and I lost 27 G's in a matter of 7 or 8 minutes. So you and Paul sell a lot of options. Is there a reason you don't buy options if you believe the trend is going the other way? Um, so it's a good question. The problem is, I do believe that the trend will eventually go the other way. I don't know when. So I don't want to lever all this money on there. I'd rather just sell options and generate income and at stocks that I want to buy. Can we? It's just more risky for me, and I frankly don't want to buy it. Gotta run. Appreciate it. See you later, man. So if you would exit on sweet spot reversal, how is it different from CWH? Is that manipulation you refer to? So Pedro, good question. You did get a reversal on CWH. There's no doubt about that. But the way that I saw it dropping as quickly as it was, the run up in volume, then the drop down in volume, that is just me being experienced and then switching it over to a daily chart and saying, okay, I think this thing is going to hold and I think this thing is going to run up. And now if you look at CWH from a daily chart perspective, daily stochastic, it's having a really great run on it. And we have a really good looking stochastic. So that's a good question, but that's all experience. I'm 19 with $35,000 in stocks. Do you think I should invest 90% of my money in VOO for the rest of my life or try value investing? Well, I think that you should. I think you should probably go into SPY and VOO for now. You just graduated high school. Excuse me. Just graduated high school. You got college coming up or work or whatever you're going to do. I wouldn't try investing. I wouldn't try to beat the market. If I was you at this rate, I would try to grow that money and then at some point get it going. All right, thanks for the pseudo morning trading video, of course. Can we have a look into naked? All right, I am not getting naked, but I'll look at the stock for you. And what is it? And where was it? NAKD. NAKD. Is this the juice company? Like Naked Juice? Bottle that experience up and mail me a 12-pack. Yeah, I know. Well, it's just you'll get to it. All right, what is this? 73 cents. 73 cents. Holy moly. This company's sick. Don't trade this. I'm studying to become an actuary. I don't know what that is. Please explain. First month of selling options, I've netted around 3.5% of my portfolio. Loving it so far. Options are the bomb. I told my mom how much I generated in options in June 2020 to June 2021, and she was just like, what the hell? Options are insane. They're just really insane. And the great part about them, that's cream on top of adding to beating your returns, because excuse me, that's adding cream on top to your returns, because you are going to obviously you're going to trade, hopefully make about 10% in the market, 10, 11%, and then you're just generating options on top of that. And I mean, that's an extra 2% after taxes, and you could just freaking crush it. All right, any more questions, guys? It's about 10:42 right now. They manage risk and things like with a lot of math. Oh, okay, I gotcha. And they make a lot of money. I like it. That's great. That's great. I support your decision, I guess. I'll never understand. I never understood it. Oh, well, go watch some of our videos on it. Don't just say you don't understand it. Learn how to do it, man. What are your thoughts on little book stocks? I think that the little book The little book is a great idea. I think it eliminates trying to beat the market. And I know that it works over a long period of time. It's so funny. When I had the Bloomberg terminal back in 2019, Paul and I, take care, Neil. Paul and I we spent a solid 9 months back testing all types of different value strategies that we were coming up with on our own, that we were hearing from other people. And man, every time you have a value strategy, you beat the market. It's just how much do you beat the market by? We found a great strategy for ourselves that beats the market by a lot. Um, but value works. So that's why I like the little book. It's just if you stick to it, you will do very well. Now the specific stocks in there, I have no idea. I've never looked. What's the deal with time decay on options? I mean, if you want to get into the semantics of it, just start reading a little bit more. You can use the what can you use? Oh, you're fine. You can use the Investopedia. Options Alpha is really good. Do that. All right. What's the best book you recommend reading? Um, so the best book I've read on investing to put my mindset a certain way is I mean, that book, Richer, Wiser, Happier, that was really good. It's really unfortunate that that came out so recently, um, because it's a damn good book. It basically shows you like you're not the only one. It feels like it's a lonely world out there in the world of value investing, and you're wrong, and you're this and you're that. But there's a lot of people that think the exact same way for you. It's funny. I had a friend text me yesterday. I'll read you the text. His name is he's Jordan 45 in the chat, but he's into the like the penny stock stuff, and he's never value invested before. But he texted me yesterday, and he's reading Richer, Wiser, Happier now, and he's starting to learn a lot about value investing, etc. So he said, where was it? It was the funniest thing. But it just made my day. Hold on. It was so funny. Oh, that's the wrong date. And if you guys haven't read that book yet, please read it. You really need to read it. It's such a good book. But aside from that, I really like the common common stocks on common profits was very good. Intelligent Investor is always a good book. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. He wrote, you have a good personality. You have got the good personality of a good trader and investor. Here I was just thinking you were a nut, emotionless, hard-headed, and a dick. Like, yep, thanks. I appreciate that. But that's what you need. You need to be emotionless. And I am pretty damn emotionless. So putting money in the little book stocks over the S&P would be a better call for a period. I can't say it's a better call, but I think you're gonna do very well over a long period of time. And I think that you'll probably do better than the S&P. Yes, especially if you eventually get enough shares to be able to write options on those and just keep writing covered calls and rolling them and never letting them get taken away. You're going to do very well over a long period of time. Let's see here. I've tried to read Common Stocks on Common Profits, and it almost put me to sleep. Ha, that's funny. I'm in chapter 3, Richer, Wiser, Happier. I have a feeling that one of my favorite books is going to be Monesh Pabrai's book because I just love the guy. He's just I don't know why some people just their personalities speak to me, and his really speaks to me, and he just has such a doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks attitude, and I just love that. And I do have that personality in a way, but not even close to his level. I'm probably like 40% of his level. And he says like if somebody comes into his life, he meets them for dinner, he meets them out, whatever, and he thinks that they do not add any kind of benefit to his life. He's not mean about it. He just doesn't speak to them anymore because they don't add value to his life, and he's just great. I really love that no, doesn't give a shit attitude. I really love that. Monesh Pabrai, Mohnish, Right. I think it's the name of the book is called The Dando Investor. Haven't read it yet. I was going to bring it on vacation with me, but I wanted to. I didn't want to bring it because I didn't want to bend the book. What else we got? What else we got? Great questions. I like talking about value investing. You know what's funny, guys? Like next Thursday, Paul's going to Spain, so I'm going to be doing the value side and the trading side of the next Thursday's live stream. To be honest with you, I teach trading, but if you ask me I mean, 98 to 99% of my overall wealth, net worth, whatever you want to call it, is value investing. I trade maybe 1 or 2%. It's probably 1% at this point because I just love value investing. I'm very good at trading. I used to be really good at trading, but I enjoy teaching it now rather than doing it. And I I don't put any effort into learning more about trading just because I think that just causes you guys know I'm keep it simple stupid. I think I've found a good plan of how to trade and whatnot. I don't think I need to complicate it anymore. I don't think that adding more things to the cake is going to make it better. So I don't think it's worth it, but I spend at least 1 to 2 hours every day learning about value investing and mentality and stuff. So I'm excited to do um, the value questions that you guys have, looking at different stocks and stuff when Paul's in Spain, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I don't really teach. I don't really do any trading, to be honest. How did you and Paul and Seth meet? Um, I met Paul through his younger brother Mikey. We met about 12 years ago, and then when I moved to Cleveland. Paul and I live 5 houses down from each other, so we just started hanging out a little bit, and we pretty much hung out every day, and now we're friends. And yeah, now we do it. Now it's like this. I was telling Paul, this is the first trip since 2019, and him going to Spain, me coming to North Carolina. This is the first trip that we've done not together for. Uh, it's weird. This is the first time we've not been on the same trip because we usually go to Mexico or Turks and Caicos or usually Mexico. Where else do we go? We went somewhere else. Texas, yeah. And then Seth went to high school with Paul, and I just met him through that. When did you find you were heading down the route of overcomplicating trading things? Um, I was trying all these different things. Like I was looking at what these people call like the triangle patterns and the death cross and the Fibonacci lines and this and that. And I just looked at them and I was like, do they do they work? Yeah, sometimes. But is it really adding to my returns? Is it adding to my decisions? Is it overcomplicate? Is it making me think too much? I think there's a big thing. So here's a good comparison. When we started doing different value backtesting strategies, I like doing like 2 metrics. When you start to get into 3, 4, 5, 6 metrics, you're really overcomplicating things. And really, it's the same thing in life. When you start adding all these different things to your life, obviously it gets more complicated. So I was looking at it that way and saying, I have probably what do I have? Stochastics, volume, resistance, support, which is the same as basically the moving averages, engulfing candlesticks, bid and ask difference. That's 5 metrics. Was adding, looking and saying, oh, there's a triangle here, or these Fibonacci lines are here, and like it didn't it didn't add to the returns, and it made my decisions more complicated. So that's when I was thinking, why are we doing this? So good question, Nick. Do you have any advice on how to improve your day trading? I've been paper trading the last few weeks, but it's still just 2% gain one day followed by 2% loss the next. I have a feeling you're probably entering and exiting too early or too late. I did a really nice one-on-one session with somebody about 2 weeks ago, and I found out that his name was Ryan. I can't remember his last name, but he was entering and exiting way too late or too early. So it's really just make sure you're following the rules to the T. That's what you need to be doing. You're probably following the rules, but you're not following them to the T. and you're either exiting or entering way too late. I've been paper trading for more than a month now, but it's hard to make a trade, enter a stock. There's worry about resistance. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're gonna have to. It's all about emotion. You got to be able to control your emotions. Um, I have been fortunate to not be a very emotional person when it comes to money. Um, yeah, tell your sister to be quiet in the background. They all just walked out the front door, so they were all making a bunch of noise. They're going on a walk in this like a horrible, horrible heat and humidity. Y'all are nuts if you live in the South. How do you determine stop loss levels? I pretty much use moving averages or previous support lines. So let's just look at this one right here. These ones I would use for this stop areas. I would use this support line here, maybe the top of this candlestick right here, or the 200-day moving average, or down here I would put a stop at like 50. I mean, I'm just using this as an example, but you can see the line that I just drew, 50 cents. So yeah, that's that. Oh boy, I got allergies. All right. Do you allocate a certain percent of your account for swing trading, day trading? What's a good percent you would suggest? It's all what you want to do. If I I used to allocate 100% of my portfolio to day trading, then I switched it and it allocated 100% of my portfolio to long-term trading. So it's really just what you want to do. If you want to do a third in each, swing day long, go for it. If you want to do 100% in one, like Gianni Caesar, he goes 100% in day trading. He has no interest in anything else. Good question though. All right. What else you guys got? Oh, the Fed starts their meeting today. I'm going to check Yahoo Finance here. My internet's moving so slow, so I'm going to use this. Do you guys going over momentum? So Joel, good question. Oh my God, the market's down. Joel, good question. We are working on the momentum trading software right now, and it's going to be a while before it comes out. It's going to be a while, so just be patient with that one. But it will come out. It's just going to be a while. And we'll go from there. Stocks, look here, stocks missed as traders. Stocks mixed as traders. Fed's Jackson Hole meeting. So it's gonna be interesting. We have a lot of different people saying this is. Here's a quote from pundits. According to a number of pundits, Powell will likely keep the message in line with his other recent public remarks, signaling that the economy has progressed towards the central bank's goals while still remaining a ways off of fully reaching a threshold necessary to begin tapering. We don't think the Fed is going to do anything suddenly. These people are fucking crooks. That's what they are. Value question. Besides trading to buy with margin of safety, are there other ways that you guys mitigate risk? That's a good question. I don't think, I guess you could say that a way that we mitigate risk is, I don't think so. Mitigating risk, the biggest way we mitigate risk is buying a basket of stocks of 20 to 30 stocks, preferably 30. We also sell a lot of options on, and we try to, let's say we sell covered calls or puts or something, we're generating income to kind of offset any losses that we would have. Of course, it's not going to compensate, but it's there. But as far as margin of safety goes, I think the biggest one is buying multiple stocks, a basket of stocks, so that some are going to go up, some are going to go way, way up, some are going to go way, way down, and the majority of them are going to sit right in the middle. And over a long period of time, you will do much better if you do that. Now, if you're just buying one stock at a time, I don't really know how you mitigate risk on that. I usually have at least one legit question out of 10. I told you I'm bored at work, so I'm just making convo. That's funny. All right, I'll stay on for a couple more minutes. I really got to go to the bathroom. Pee, not poo. All right, let's see. My market is down. What else do we got in the news? Interested to see what's in the news here. Dun, 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 dun. What's how's this thing going? How many people do we have? 13 people? Sick. Is there a crash? If there's a crash anytime soon, is there always a major catalyst, or everyone just wake up one morning and realize that everything is overpriced? Joel, that's a really good question. I was talking about it, Nicole, the other day. I don't think that COVID, I don't think that the crash of COVID was because of the actual coronavirus. I think it was, I think it still came down to valuations. If you really look at it and say, what was COVID all about? It was about people, why did we pull back 40%? We pulled back 40% because we basically said the world's going to shut down, so the companies are not going to make as much money. And that means that they can't justify their current valuation. So even though you could say the catalyst was quote unquote COVID, it still came back down to valuations. So I do think that whatever happens, valuations are going to be the driver of what brings a market down. It always is. It ain't different this time. Different story, same ending. So, good question, but that's my opinion. How do I convince my girl my investing is for our future when she keeps saying, how do I know I'm part of your future? What would you tell your girl? I would say, you don't know you're part of my future. Awkward. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that I'm the right person to ask about relationships personally. Um, uh, Dump her, Mason. Yeah, do not ask me about relationships. If you do, you're doomed. And if so, is there any inclination of what the catalyst will be? No, there's no inclination of what the catalyst will be. Your girl getting mad that you're investing your own money. Yeah, get rid of her. I'm always ice cold. I'm just being truthful. How the hell am I supposed to know? You know what's funny? Here, I gotta go to him. Hold on. Okay, making sure no one's around. The other day, um, Nicole's brother-in-law said, he was like, so what's your intentions with Nicole? And I was like, to keep dating her. And he was like, oh, that's not the answer that I expected. I was like, oh, okay, sounds good. Just remember, when in doubt, don't pull out. Yeah, there you go. It sounds like he has doubt, not you. This is getting very philosophical now with this is getting very philosophical now with. All right, so we have switched from, so it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to switch over from Mo's trading to Mo's relationship corner, and you guys ask me your problems with relationships. I just tell her we take it one day at a time. Yeah, it's definitely my intention. I don't have any other further ones than that, Susie. It's been like 5 months. Tell your girl that laying the foundation for success in your life. Yeah, as long as she wants to be successful, be a part of your life. I guess they always say, pick someone that enhances you. Just don't hold me back. Don't tell me I can't do something. My my previous my previous um my ex-girlfriend number one, she always told me that I couldn't do what I wanted to do, and she got the boot. So, and then number two was just batshit crazy. Do people ever ask you for money? How do you say no? I get asked for money all the time. I just got asked for money by a this guy friend. He was like, "Hey, I have this problem and this problem and this problem. Can I borrow $6,000?" And I was like, no, I don't lend money to friends because I really don't. Because once you start going down that road, it all just becomes a problem. Um, the other way to look at it is this quote unquote friend. If I wanted to get rid of him in my life forever, I can give him $6,000 to go away because he'll he'll never voluntarily pay me for it. That's number one. And then number two, he'll be awkward to always talk to me again. So it would be like $6,000 to go away, but not worth it to me. What happens when somebody slides into your DMs? Reply or delete? Oh, mine personally, like a woman, I I don't like my DMs. I don't. You can't come through on them. Oh, Nicole's walking around with a child right now. Oh boy. All right. I heard Buffett say success is what you want, happiness is what you get. Truth. Mason, can I have I'd leave you alone for like $80. Mason, you got it. Just kidding. I like you teasing me. I would not get rid of you for $80. Okay. Are we still in the relationship corner or what? I'll tell you what, guys. This thing with Apple having the screen, what's that screen? You guys are trying to set up the screen off to the side. What's it called? Sidecar. That's a sick app. I really like it. All right. Let's see. Got to keep your DMs open though. Nicole was supposed to be the one that was managing my Instagram, so she gets all the messages too, not just me. So when all of you guys send me weird things, all right, you can get rid of some Baba shares. Mo, what do I do? I got this girl that is like a 10, getting mixed signals. What do I do? This is a kid's show. This is a kid's show. I can't tell you what you should do, but you should probably do something about it. Next. You guys are funny. Nail and bail. I was going to say something a little bit more not PC. I would say, I'm not going to say it. Nail and bail is good, but I have a better one. Thoughts on ASO? Thoughts on ASO? Academy Sports and Outdoors. You got a wonderful pop on this. If I was you, I would sell this thing. If you've gotten a nice pop on it, because that gap that just happened, it's going to fill that gap on the downside. What else you guys got? I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Mo, I just realized that I was watching you delayed, so I don't know if you looked at SAVA. Pump and dump is also a good one. My one, I'll just say it. Mine is always bang 'em and hang 'em. Sorry, Susie. Cassava Science. Yikes! This thing took a wicked fall. The good news is you will eventually fill that gap. Maybe. I don't. Yeah, this is. If you're in this, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, but yeah, I told you that was a good one, Mason. Down 10% today. All right. Oh man, what's the itinerary today? So, Llewellyn, I'm in North Carolina right now. What's the itinerary? I'm gonna run up to the store. I gotta get some ranch and sriracha nuts um, for my friend Mikey, and I think I will probably go to Dunkin' Donuts, and then maybe I'll just sit by the pool, and that will be the extent of my day. See you later, Nick. Have a great day. Yeah, that'll be my day. Yesterday I went to the beach. It was all right. I went in the water for a long time. Saw some dolphins. They were like 4 feet away from me. That was terrifying, even though I love dolphins. And I really love orca whales. Fun fact, love orca whales. So if you want to make my day, I want a pet orca whale. That's what I want. But that's not realistic. So a boy can dream, can he? All right, guys. I think that will wrap it up. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I enjoyed this very much. Um, I have, so I don't have anything to do. So I'm playing golf on Sunday morning, and maybe, just maybe, I will pop off and maybe, I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, but maybe I will do a live stream on Sunday, depending on how tired I am. Maybe I'll just hop on because these are fun, these Q&A sessions about sitting and talking about relationships and all this random stuff. This is the kind of stuff I like doing this and talking about some stocks and stuff, but I like just shooting the shit with you guys. That's a lot more fun. You guys are a very entertaining crowd. So you guys have a wonderful day. I will catch you on the flippity flop, like Michael Scott says. Thanks, guys. See you, Starvin' Marvin. Bye, Susie. Bye, Marianne. Bye, Mason. Bye, Llewellyn. Bye, Joel. Bye, Marty McFly. Yep. See you guys. Swing on.